Um, so you ever see Legend of the Drunken Master,
No.
aka Drunken Master 2?
Yes.
That's one of my favorite movies. Like really good.
Yeah.
Like if you're like Steve, pick like your top 3 favorite movies that would be in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. You ever see New Police Story?
Are you going somewhere with this?
Have you ever seen New Police Story?
No.
It's another really great Jackie Chan film. You would probably like it. It's like it's like Rush Hour meets The Dark Knight.
Okay.
It's actually really good. And there's like the bad guy, quote unquote, is like a miserable, edgy teenager.
Oh, so I fucking hate him.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I'll be the one to say it. We just saw The Nut Job too. We did this because we love Jackie Chan. Steve loves Jackie Chan.
He's one of the people on this planet that I love the most.
And you know, Jackie Chan was in this movie. So we
Yeah.
felt obligated to see it. We watched The Nut Job 1 in preparation.
And oh boy, the first movie is bad.
It is fucking horrifically bad.
I would probably watch The Room over watching The Nut Job again.
I would not. I love The Room.
Wow.
But fucking The Nut Job 1. We're not here to talk about The Nut Job 1, but let me just give you a quick rundown. Mobsters run a nut shop. Squirrels take the nut shop. And Liam Neeson's a raccoon, and he gets left in the ocean at the end. And I bet you're thinking, Mark, why get so specific about that one part? Oh, don't worry. I'm getting to it. So, let's talk about The Nut Job 2.
Okay. I was expecting to hate it.
Yeah.
I was expecting it to be worse than the first one. But it was actually not...
Complete shit.
It wasn't salty garbage.
Yeah, like, here's the thing. The Nut Job 1, I will say, is a bad film.
Yes, on all accounts.
Yeah, it wasn't funny. The animation was terrible. The only thing that saved that movie was the dog Precious in the first
Yes.
one, because dog humor is funny to me. And for some odd reason, they blew their entire budget on animating a woman who was barely in the movie called Lana, who owned a Precious.
Right.
Now, I bet you're thinking, Mark, why are you going into such detail about that character that doesn't seem important? Well, I'll tell you. Because in The Nut Job 2, Precious the dog just lives in the park. And I'm like, where the fuck is Lana? And then also another character that's just missing is Brendan Fraser from the
Yes.
first movie. So,
What an odd metaphor for his career.
he made a bad choice and was in a bad film, and now he's in no films.
Yes.
And then he was in The Nut Job, which was bad, and now he's in no films.
Actually, I think he's making a comeback on TV soon.
Okay, well, good for you, Brendan
Yeah.
Fraser. Like, I actually really want to see Brendan Fraser in this movie.
He's not in it.
He's not in it.
Nope. And they don't even mention it. Like,
Yeah,
it's
they're not like,
like
oh, Brendan Fraser died or he left to go to a different park or something.
he was fine at the end of the first movie, to my recollection.
Yeah.
Granted, by the end of the first movie, my brain was mostly shut down.
Oh my god. Okay, so again, back to Nut Job 1. That movie ends with Liam Neeson who's a raccoon, getting thrown off a waterfall, and then like you find out he's on like an ocean buoy surrounded by sharks. And then the credits roll, and it's Gangnam Style with an animated version of Psy, and all the characters are doing the Gangnam Style.
That's what 30% of their budget went to.
It's true. Like, just thinking about that, parts of my brain shut down. Like, I've lost motor function just recollecting it.
It's like they said, hey, how can we instantly and
Irreversibly?
irreparably
Ah, there we go. Good word.
date our movie?
They're like, oh, no. We're not going to do, like, hashtags and use slang and stuff. We're going to just take the meme of the week and just, the whole movie is this. It's that. Okay. So Nut Job 2 starts out, they're all enjoying the nuts from the nut job, of course.
Yes.
Right?
Again, animation in this movie is much better.
It's actual animation.
Actually, animation.
And fucking Andy, the girl squirrel, she's like, hey guys, you can't eat all those nuts. It's irresponsible. And they're like, shut up, Andy, you dumb bitch. And then the fucking nut place explodes. And the part that's weird is like, they're like, the nut store closed down, so we now live here and eat all the nuts. I'm sorry, what fucking town or what city is like, oh, that store shut down and it's overrun with animals. Leave it be, leave it be. And, oh, it's still using energy and heating and stuff? No need to investigate that at all. So anyway,
Well, Will Arnett's paying for the electric bill, so.
that place blew the fuck up. And then Andy the squirrel's like, hey guys, maybe we should find food. And they're all like, fuck you, Andy, you stupid bitch.
Which also, by the way, the blowing up of the nut shop completely erases everything that was accomplished in the first movie.
Well, no, it doesn't. Because it got rid of their dictatorship leader. And it
Yeah,
made
it's
everyone
true.
like Sully.
Well,
Is
well,
that the name of the main squirrel? Is it?
Purple Squirrel?
Yeah.
His name is Purple Squirrel.
I think it's Sully or
I think it's Sully, yeah. I don't know, he's just Will Arnett.
Yeah, he's Will Arnett. So Will Arnett Squirrel goes into the city and he's like, oh, I'll find food. And then a bunch of not funny jokes happen. And like, then they're like, hey, remember that gross child from the first movie who had nuts shoved in her mouth and said, that man shoved nuts in my mouth? And I looked at Steve and I said, please kill me. Well, that girl comes back and her dad's the mayor and he wants to destroy the park because it's not making the town money.
Yeah.
And then, like, the park gets destroyed, but then the animals are like, I know the plot was about finding food, but now it's about defending our home. So they kill human beings.
Yeah. The body count is pretty high in this movie. It's at least 13,
Yeah, at least 13 humans die.
give or take.
And then it's like, oh, well, the humans won because they hired, like, a stereotype to kill us all. So, and
Who succeeds in killing no animals.
I know. Even the shit... I can't believe they couldn't get Brendan Fraser to come back, but they brought back the mouse that's only gimmick is to scream.
Yes.
I wanted to hang myself every time.
But wasn't the payoff great? Where he didn't scream the thing he always screamed?
Oh.
Isn't the payoff great, Mark?
I fucking hate that character so much. So anyway, they're like, okay, I guess the plot's get our home back now. And they're like, no, we lost our home. Okay, I guess it's find a new home. They go into the city to find a new home, meet Jackie Chan. Jackie Chan's hysterical. And
Jackie Chan's the best part of the movie.
yeah, and then he's like, sorry guys, I won't show up again till the finale. And they're like, okay. And then the movie becomes, let's rescue the dog from the evil girl.
Mm-hmm.
And she has a dog romance, which is pretty funny and sad because her love interest dog lives with a girl who openly abuses him physically
Yes.
and talks about shooting small animals. And I'm
Yes.
like, what the fuck, movie? Like, there are a lot of parts in this movie where I was just like, what the fuck? Like, and then they shot that little girl, thank God, with a tranquilizer, but still, like, they shot her with a gun, and that made me happy. And then, like, after they save the dog, they're like, oh, we need another... Oh, yeah, fucking rat dies, but then he comes back to life.
Yeah. Thank God. Thank God. We got the origin story of Purple Squirrel and Rat. The first movie was incomplete without it.
Yeah, and it's like, hey, remember that hurricane? Well,
Yeah. I actually love Will Arnett's delivery of that line. He's like, the hurricane. Like, that's their Vietnam.
yeah, right? You know, speaking of Vietnam, there are parts where, like, they showed, like, the park after, like, the trucks exploded and stuff.
Yes.
They're like, it just looked like a World War II battlefield, and I was like,
Yeah.
what the fuck, movie? Like,
Yep.
find a tone somewhere, please. And then, like, the corrupt mayor at one point was asked by the news, like, hey, like, we heard that you were killing animals, and this place is put together with, like, toothpicks and duct tape. Like, what the fuck? And he's like,
Well, you're fake news. So.
yeah, and he throws the mic away. I'm like, how is a corrupt politician like this in charge? And then I was like, oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, America. Anyway, squirrels save the day, and they kill all the humans.
Jackie Chan saves the day.
You're right. I'm sorry. Jackie Chan. Actually, the squirrel fails. Everyone fails,
Yes,
and
they
then
fail.
he goes and gets Jackie
Yes,
Chan.
Jackie Chan has to come in and save both the day and the movie.
The best part of that was Jackie Chan's origin. in that movie.
Yes.
Where he watched Jackie Chan to learn how to fight.
And it was that like 5 seconds of backstory that we got for him, a more appropriate Ninja Turtles backstory than we got. in the
Another
Michael Bay
bad
Turtle.
movie with Will Arnett.
Oh boy.
So like, fucking hell, like the squirrels fuck at the end, and like, it makes me so mad. Cause like, why couldn't Andy just be his friends? Like, why couldn't they just be bros? Like, why? Well, here's the other. Well, I guess I know why. Because they're the only two squirrels in all of New York,
It's true.
apparently. So they need to recreate the species.
It's like, yeah, you wonder what happened to Brendan Fraser squirrel? Well, fucking Will Arnett squirrel fucking killed him.
He's like, listen, buddy, I need to get that pussy. So Lego Batman 2, it's gonna happen. As he just strangles Brendan Fraser, who's like, please don't make the Mummy 4 without me. And they're like, son, we rebooted the Mummy and it sucked. Worse than the Mummy 3. It was worse.
It was weird. We didn't see it in 3D, but they still asked us to put on 3D glasses when the squirrel started fucking. It was weird.
See, I thought you were gonna make a joke about how there were a lot of moments where it was like, whoa, 3D.
There were a lot of moments.
The
Yeah.
squirrel fucking was one.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that that the furries got that payoff.
Right?
Where, you know, they got to see Curvy Squirrel get just slammed and hear Will Arnett's sex noise. Will Arnett. I don't know why he has to say it when he's doing it. It was also very out of character for the squirrel to say.
really breaks the fourth wall.
But in all honesty, the two dogs do fuck. Not on screen, thank God. But then we see their children.
Yeah.
So there was at least like a couple month time skip before the ending. So then I'm like, we gotta watch the credits because last time the credits made me want to die, and I want to feel that again.
Mm-hmm.
Credits were fine.
Credits were the best part of the movie.
Credits were a bunch of slapstick, and then it was like outtakes with Jackie Chan.
Yeah, they said, hey, it's technically a Jackie Chan movie. When you have a Jackie Chan movie, you have to do bloopers and outtakes during the credits. That's how it works. And it was the best part.
Yeah. And then, scene after the credits, I'm like, oh boy, here comes the stinger for the Nut Job 3.
Oh boy.
It was almost the same scene after the credits as the first movie. Liam Neeson Raccoon is sitting on the buoy. Except he didn't talk because, you know, we couldn't get Liam Neeson again. And he just decided... Now, last time, there were sharks around the buoy. There are no sharks this time. So he jumps out into the water and starts swimming to New York. And then two sharks start following him. And it plays dramatic music. Now, you can interpret this in two ways. One, he's going to get eaten by sharks.
Right.
Or two, Nut Job 3... Raccoon takes New York with his shark army.
Yep.
Which I feel like is the logical next step for this franchise. There was a part in this film where a man was stripped out of his clothes. He was in a hazmat suit. And then that hazmat suit was filled with mice. And they fought humans as a man.
Yes. And it was a really good scene.
Mouse Man was the best part of the movie. Especially because it was one nightmarish to imagine that, like, just like seeing your friend, it's like, oh, they're like, hey, Dave, something wrong? And like his eye pops open and a mouse comes in, they're like, what the fuck? And he's like launching his limbs and like throwing them and stuff, and it was very surreal.
Yes. But no, that was a beautiful scene. Like, again, there's a couple scenes that are just good.
Yeah, and there were some funny moments, like the part where fucking the guy's like, yeah, looks like I just added 3 more weeks of winter. And he throws the groundhogs in the thing, and he looks at his friends, he's like, groundhog joke, am I right? And he puts his hand up for a high five, and they just walk away. That's funny.
Or when Girl Squirrel starts singing, and they're like, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's like, she's like, well, I felt it was necessary. And you're like, no. Well, when has anyone broken a song like that organically? I'm like, that's funny. Make fun of other animated movies. Like, I wish The Nut Job was just like that kind of jaded film that just viscerally attacked other animated films. But it wasn't. No. Instead, we got the villain to literally just be a corrupt politician with an animal abusing child.
I'm surprised they got the rights to Chris Christie.
Me too. His likeness and everything.
That's a New Jersey joke.
It is a New Jersey joke,
Yeah.
but I mean, Google that fat fuck.
Oh, I'm sure
there's-
you've heard of him.
There's also a lot of body shaming in this movie.
Yeah.
Like, even, like, one of the first jokes in the movie, Girl Scout was like, "You got fat, Will Arnett," and he's like, no, I didn't. And I'm like, dude, like, that should be good.
Yeah.
Like, fucking, you're animals. Also, they're like, we're animals. Like, we have to use our instincts. And they're like, no, that's not the moral. You have to work hard. No, that's not the moral. Yeah, family. No, that's not the moral. I'm like, what's the moral? And at the end of the movie, it's like, the moral is we're all stronger together. I'm like, that was the moral of the first movie.
I mean,
And you guys never stopped working together.
the real moral of the story is just let Jackie Chan do it.
I mean, if I could go to Chinatown and get Jackie Chan and his army of Jackie Chan clones to come and solve my problems, I'd be like, Jackie Chan, she still won't go on a date with me. It's like, do not worry, Mark. And then just fucking like 1-inch punches the dude that she's dating into like a crater and he's dead. And then he's like, Mark is very attractive. Jackie Chan.
Did you ever play that? It's a card game. I can't remember. It's called like Death Battle or something. It's literally just you get like a character card and like an adjective card, and it'll be like the Punisher, but like he's 10 feet tall.
Okay.
Or something like that, and then you can add stuff to it. So we were playing that one time, and one of the cards I got was just name a celebrity. And I'm like, Jackie Chan, but there's 10 of them. And then you get a random extra card, and the random extra card I got was there's 50 of them. So there was my combatant in this round was 500 Jackie Chans. And still it's like everyone has to vote on who wins and
yeah.
shit. And still people are like, no, this dragon breathes toxic stuff. Like, Jackie Chan can hold his breath. He doesn't want any trouble. Is there a ladder nearby? Fuck you.
Honestly, you should just put down Jackie Chan and said I don't need the other cards. Jackie Chan, I still can't get a date to prom. And then I'm at prom and Jackie Chan shows up in a dress and like a wig. He's like, I am your date. I'm like, Jackie.
Have you ever seen City Hunter?
No. Does Jackie Chan do that?
No. But he does dress up as Chun-Li.
Oh my god, that's what that's from?
It's one of I'm not gonna say it's his worst movie, but it's one of his.
I mean, I think we saw his worst. Actually, no. I would say in terms of Jackie Chan-ness, this is still all right for like.
Yeah.
Like Jackie Chan was represented well.
Yes.
And he didn't fucking. Here's the thing I love is that Jackie Chan did not like phone in his performance.
No, he was giving 110%.
He was having a lot of fun with the role, and I was like, oh, that's cool, because like, how like I didn't feel like Will Arnett kind of his gimmick is that he just sells it in, but like or phones it in, but like he's like, yeah, guys, I'm gonna go fuck, like that was his character.
It kind of works with the character, so it's okay. It's not great.
Yeah.
I
mean, and then
I would have preferred Brendan Fraser.
I know, because Brendan Fraser tried so hard in the last movie.
He did.
He's like, please, guys, forget Monkey Bone. We're like, no. Only if you make Looney Tunes back in action too. He's like, you know they won't do that. It's like, well, then we'll never forgive you.
Fine, I guess I'll just go read. I'll make the Nut Job 2 before the Nut Job 2 in Furry Vengeance. Which is kind of the Nut Job 2, but
Is Furry Vengeance what killed Brendan Fraser's career?
to my knowledge, yes. I haven't seen Furry Vengeance, but that's the last thing I can remember him being in, and no one ever talks about Furry Vengeance, so
But people talk about Monkey Bone.
yes.
Because Monkey Bone has a sexy Catwoman in it.
If you say so.
That's literally my only like recollection of Monkey Bone.
Mark, what about that Catwoman is sexy to you?
She's a sexy woman, but she has cat ears and a little cat nose and a tail.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's just. It's not like how I claimed the squirrel was drawn sexy, because I'm not saying the squirrel's sexy, but they gave it a feminine body and like an angular eyes and stuff, so it would appear like it's supposed to be beautiful. It's like basic design shit. Because when there were 3 squirrels, Purple Squirrel and Gray Squirrel had the same fucking body, and then there was Girl Squirrel, and her body was different. And they even acknowledged that in this movie.
I mean, I just saw 3 squirrels. I don't know what you're talking
Mother-
about.
Listen, I might have been the guy who directed the squirrel sex scene. I said, I'm gonna show you guys the real nut job. Oh, there were so many parts where she's like, listen, like, you have to work hard for the nut. He's like, you don't tell me where I put my nut. And I'm just like, they knew.
Surprisingly, not as many nut puns.
No fart jokes.
No fart jokes.
When the first movie was almost entirely fart jokes.
There was too many fart jokes.
Well, Gabriel Iglesias was those fucking groundhogs in the first one, and
I think he was only one of them.
whatever. And they suck so fucking hard.
Yes.
And they were in this one a lot, but they were less annoying. And then I can't believe they brought back motherfucking I kill you guy. What's his fucking
Jeff Dunham.
Jeff Dunham as the fucking mole.
Now, I actually like Jeff Dunham.
Really?
I do.
I fucking hate Jeff Dunham. Ahmed was the only funny thing he ever did, but it stayed its welcome way too long.
I agree. But I still like it's his later stuff isn't as good as his earlier stuff. I agree with you there.
My friend Will is like,
He's your
come-
Will.
he's like, come on, Mark, don't you remember that classic line? I kill you. Come on, people be saying it for years.
There,
It was just fucking pissing myself.
there was one of his later things where he was on like a world tour, and when he went to some Middle Eastern country, and they said, yeah, you can't do Ahmed here. So he basically did Ahmed, but he put like a French beret on him, and he called him shit. What did he call him? I don't know, but he basically just did something the French florist or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I butchered it. I'm sorry, internet.
No, it's okay, because it just shows how much you don't want to talk about the nut job too. Like,
you ever see Thunderbolt?
okay, we're gonna do closing impressions on the nut job too.
But it's Jackie Chan in NASCAR.
With Jackie Chan and anything. So, closing thoughts on the nut job 2. It was better than the nut job 1. The character Precious was funny. The new dog character Frankie was funny and had a tragic story about being an abused dog. And you know, there was no Gangnam Style, so that's a plus
It's always
too.
a plus. Always
So, you
plus.
It's not like it's a bad animated film, but like it's not like offensive or like demeaning to the audience. Like it's not Norm of the North, where like fucking Rob Schneider should be put down for making Norm of the North, like publicly executed. Like this movie, it's harmless enough, and I'm surprised it's like it wasn't really funny, and it's not gonna give you a great lesson, but it's not gonna like it's not mean spirited, it's
Right.
not offensive.
It's coming out of the Nut Job 1, I was physically and emotionally hurt. I looked into support groups. There's several. But coming out of this movie, it's just like, you got a couple laughs.
Yeah.
Jackie Chan was a weapon of mouse destruction, which I know that's a terrible line, but I kind of love it.
I liked when he is like, feel the fury of my furry fist.
And his 1/16 of an inch punch.
Yeah, like there were some funny lines in there. And I liked how he moved around by like just using his tail so he'd be
Yeah.
on eye level. Like the animation was actually creative and interesting.
Yeah, so if you have a kid, I would recommend it.
Yeah, like to sum up the whole thing, when we at the end of the movie, this guy stood up and he said, I didn't like that at all. And then him and his wife and child left the theater, and the child looked at me and said, that was a great movie. And I was like, yeah, guess what? If there's a Nut Job 3, you're going to buy 3 more tickets, motherfucker. So that's what they care about. That little Jimmy had a good time. Ugh. Nutty by nature, indeed.
Yeah.
I love how Jackie Chan was on the poster, and he was like,
He's the best part of it.
He was.
He's the reason our asses were in the seat.
yeah, no,
We had one seat. It was weird.
It's a very small theater.
no, it's not the best.
I know. Well, anyway, this is Mark and Steve
Yep.
signing off.
You want to eat these cute animals with me?
No.
Oh.